This is Sherilynn with Shalom Productions. Today is October 30th, 2026. 25. I'm ahead of myself. This is a live event happening in China or South Korea. For the last 6 years, President Trump and President Xi have not seen each other, so this is kind of a historic event, and they're just having a meeting. They're not going to show anything. They're just doing, how do you say, like a opening statement for each China. Now, this is what's called theater, political theater. They already know what they're going to do. It's all pre-planned. This man here, who has been elected the President of the United States, he's a 33-degree Freemason. So I just don't want people to think that he's a Christian. He does not believe in Christ. If you go do your research, find out what the Masons do. They're a secret society, and kind of like a Luciferian cult. So you do your research, and I'm going to let you hear the rest of this. And work together to accomplish more. This is a translator.
Great and concrete things for the good of our two countries and the whole world. I look forward to exchanging views with you on questions.
The Secretary of State, Mario, is next to him, and the financial guy is next to Trump. Okay, now he's going to speak, I think.
Mr. President, why did you change your nuclear plans? Why are you going to be doing more nuclear testing?
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he did announce that he's going to start doing nuclear testing. Just to scare. It's a scare tactic that people use to say, look, we've got more nuclear weapons. We could blow up your side of the world. But he's not going to do it. Okay? Bilateral. Because they know once they do send one off, then they would also send one off. So that's just a bunch of, how do you call, what's it called? Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors.
A quick handshake. Xi and Trump.
Right now it's 4:15 in the morning here Central Time. So over there in China, it's morning of the next day. So it's a whole different time thing.
Let's move back to our shot of the Busan airport, South Korea. Anything sticking out to you?
Let's see. Federal government shutdown. There, I don't know what it is yet because it's covered. But I think it's like I think we're on the third week. Anyway, what I wanted you guys to see. Let me turn this down, okay? Yeah, because, I don't know what's going on with my sleeping habits. Hold on.
And there was kind of a prediction out there
that I've been getting up. I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, and I'm saying, wait a minute, because I went to bed early because I've been so exhausted with the truck repair. I finally got the truck report. Thank you, Robert White, so that I can, I only have one vehicle. But the good thing is, Robert White, who's my volunteer for Shalom Ministries, he's also a master mechanic. So because of the ministry and also my business, he gives me discounts for the ministry for any kind of repairs on the truck. I pay him, but they're not what a normal, mechanic would cost because he's doing it for the Lord. So he only charges me $20 an hour. So yesterday, all I spent was $40. Now, if I took it to a regular mechanic, I think they charge $150 an hour. I'm not sure. I have to look at the going rate. But he's really helping out the ministry. And he replaced my roommate because my roommate decided not to be a part of Shalom Ministries anymore. And, he donates money for certain things, but he doesn't participate in helping with children and women anymore. And part of the reason is he's 67 and he's just physically not able to do the things that he used to do. So that's the reason why Robert White is now kind of like, he's the only volunteer I have for Shalom Ministries right now. That's it. I mean, now I have another person who helps me out with things for Shalom Productions. She's downstairs. She's my neighbor. She does sewing. And so she says she's going to try to sew costumes, but she's a mom and she's got a little boy. So I'm not going to pressure her, but she does do sewing for me. So that helps me quite a bit. The other person that I had that was sewing, she just, I bought her a sewing machine and then I waited for a year and she didn't do anything. So I just keep the sewing machine. It's fine. I've got a new person. And not only does Devin work on all of my sewing, she helps me with both of my dogs. Okay. I have now adopted Lady because my roommate's moving out. So I'm going to be taking care of 2 cats and 2 dogs. But the neighbor downstairs, she has allowed me to, she helps me with the puppies because Lady, who's a puppy, she's only 2. She's very strong on the leash. So she's kind of sometimes helps me if, she pulls, because it's really hard on me because I'm 70 and it hurts my arm and stuff. So she's helping me with Lady. Buddy's fine. He doesn't do anything. He's just a lovey, and he's trained. So I've got help from my neighbors, and she's 30 years old. So, I've kind of adopted her. Okay. She's as old as Michelle, my daughter, and we went shopping yesterday. We had so much fun. Me and my girlfriend, Diana, she drives for Shalom Productions. I pay her. Okay. She gets paid when I need a driver because she's an excellent driver. She's got a 2016 car. And you see, my truck is mostly for Shalom Ministries. It's not for like taking clients anywhere, but Diana, who, she works for Shalom Productions. Okay. But she gets paid. So I do have 2 people, a driver who volunteers. He doesn't take penny. And then I have Diana who's driving for Shalom Productions. And right now she only takes me, once in a blue moon for something. Like when I was doing that, I was doing community theater. She drove me one time to, but she's going to start driving me to the gym. So, I'm going to have, but she's getting paid. It's not like the other thing. Now, if she wanted to volunteer for Shalom Ministries, that's on her. She can offer, but the problem with her is she does have a bad back. So I have 2. See, these are all my neighbors that live in my building. Plus, downstairs guy, Raymond, he does all my computer work. He's like this genius for computers. So it's like when my printer goes out, I go, hey, and he gets paid, So I have a computer guy living in my building. This is kind of like God's miracle, right? I have a driver that's, has a nice car. She's nice. And we all have dogs. So, yeah, so everything's working out. And I'm just going to probably be living here alone in the apartment because basically I was just helping out this person, Joe, because he's kind of slow in the head. And so now he's okay now. He makes like over $2,000 a month, so he can get his own place. And so I'll be okay because now I have my neighbors to help me with my puppies. That's the main thing. See, if I travel, I'm going to have my neighbors take care of my animals. And they said, no problem, Sherilynn. When you go travel, whatever, fly out somewhere, just, and one of them has the key already. So all he has to do is say, just tell me what day, make sure there's food. And then he comes in, he'll feed my fish, take care of the animals. And then, I'm sort of set now. So for this Gods of Rock project that I'm working on, oh gosh, Joe Elliott, I know you keep texting me. He's asked me, how much I'm going to pay and everything. I still haven't got any sponsors for Gods of Rock. I'm trying, people. I've never done a worldwide event. This is kind of like my first, okay? I've never done a film. I've never done a rock concert full event. And the concert, if I can swing it, have Lord have mercy, will be taking place in the UK. And Joe was the one that told me, you have to get the venue Wembley. I go, well, what if we don't get the sponsors and we don't have the money to pay for the venue? And then, he has really helped me a lot, Also, Stephen Tyler, thank you so much for all your advice. He's just too booked. He could help me, but he's got concerts coming up. And now that his voice is back, he's going to be too busy, but he's been so sweet and so, how do you say, supportive of my mission. Okay. So those are the two that have been giving me advice. I never, Def Leppard, I like their music, but I never, bought any of their albums. Now I'm going to have to buy their album because it's healthy. And I love that song, Foolin'. Oh God, I love that song. And I asked him, hey, can I sing that with you? He goes, yeah, sure. He said, put some sugar on that. I mean, that's a good song, but I like Foolin'. I love that song, okay? Because it's about a woman or something that tries to fool him or something like that. So that's happening, that. And I'm still like going into like Twitter and I'm just saying, hey, actually, you know what I did yesterday? I went into X and I asked Styx if they want to participate. I love their songs. I've seen them in concert. They still are very active. I've seen them in concert twice in my lifetime. So I've invited them to see if they want to participate. Oh God, there's a song that is inspirational that I'm going to sing at Paul's ceremony. I'm trying to think, and I've chosen that one to sing because he had a lot of songs that he liked, but this one was a song that inspired me. And it was something that we talked about because he was for a short time involved with Shalom Ministries, just for a short time. He did do some, no, but this was when I was living in California. And see, I started the ministry in 2017 in California. And then I transferred it to here when I moved in 2018. Yeah, I came here October of 2018, right before the COVID, 2 years before the COVID or something like that. And so, so if I started it if I started Shalom Ministries in 2017 in Whittier, California, you guys do the math because now it's 2025. So I've had the ministry for a while. And for a while, we had Bible studies and stuff. But I lost the person that him and his wife retired, and I don't know where they went. He used to lead the Bible studies. So I don't have the Bible studies anymore, but that's okay because I'm kind of swamped anyway, And I only have, I've got a new client for Shalom Ministries, but it's just temporary. She just needed clothes for her son for the winter. So she's not really like somebody that has to be driven anywhere. She's got a way of transportation. She's doing really good. The little boy just needed warm clothes. That's easy. I can handle that, right? I got credit cards up the yin yang. See, for Shalom Ministries, I use my own money. I don't solicit for donations like all these churches do. Yeah, and I'm not a 501c3 because I don't want the government involved in my ministry. No way. Because then they want you to do something for them. It's just a bunch of baloney, for taxes and stuff. So, there's no, I'm using my own money. And then if somebody says, hey, I want to donate gas for your truck, I'll say, okay, but I don't ask people for money at all, But I've had people say, here's $20 for Shalom Ministries. I said, really? Thank you, Or if they buy a CD, I'll take this, $20. I'm thinking about charging my CDs $25 now because the prices are going up for food and stuff. So I think I'm going to start charging if anybody wants to buy it. I've been selling them for $20. I think I'm going to go up to $25 because let's face it, the cost of living is going up. Okay. And I mean, I got to eat just like everybody else. Okay, I've said enough. You can tell I've had 2 cups of coffee, right? I got to go back to, I'm trying to find a part for my what's it called? Food processor. And if I can't find it, then the person that lost the part has to buy me a new one. And he knows who he is. Yeah, you got to find that part. If you don't find it, you got to buy me a new one. Yeah, because I need that food processor because I make latkes for Hanukkah, and Hanukkah's coming up, people. And I'm not going to grade it myself. I need that food processor. I love, oh my gosh, they're so fat. Okay, I'm not going to go on a diet until after the holidays. For sure. Okay. See the movies. Bye now. I love fudge.